I think we're all here today, all ready to go. It's 9 a.m. So today, go ahead and grab yourself a belt or even a towel that you can grab that's long enough. We're going to be using it for one of our poses today, but a belt would work. If you have a strap, that's great too. Belt or towel.
Can we use a band, like a stretchy band, like one of these stretchies?
That could probably work. Some of you might not even need one. We're going to be doing a quad stretch. So it's just something to have on hand to give yourself a little more access to the back of your foot for the quad stretch we're going to be doing.
I'm going to get
it. You might even be able to reach your ankle without a strap, Eve.
Here it is.
Exactly. Is Liz there with you, Adrian?
She is. She's just out of video shot. We can't really get both of us in the video.
Sure. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. So perfect. Yeah, that towel, so long as it's foldable and you can kind of make it into a strap scenario, Matthew. Awesome. Okay, great. Oh, we've got a couple more people waiting. Let me just admit them quickly. Awesome. Great. So we'll get started seated today. I'm just waiting for Heather and Kimberly to hop on in here with us.
Hey,
Hi,
Madeline.
Heather. How are you?
Good.
Good. So I just want to let you know, if you have a strap or a belt or even a folded towel that can serve as a strap, we're going to be using that today for a quad stretch. You might not need it, but I like to throw it out there and add that. Hi, Kimberly. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hi. Sorry.
How are you? What's up?
Hi.
Hi. So I was just letting everybody know today we're going to be using a strap or a belt, or you can use a folded up towel that can serve as a strap. So if you have that lying around, go ahead and grab it. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. So can everybody see me okay? Let's get this adjusted. There we go. All right, my friends, today we're gonna get started seated in a comfortable seat. That can be cross-legged at the ankles, or you can come to sitting on your knees like so, or on your heels like so. Whatever works for you. Yoga is about listening to the needs of your own body and honoring that. So with that, if you feel anything that's painful or overwhelming, it's a sign to come out of the shape and find one that's a little more sustainable for your anatomy. So just keep that in mind throughout practice. But it's going to be a gentle class, so it'll be good. Okay, so we'll all find a nice tall seat. The long line of energy rising from the tailbone to the crown. We'll tuck our chin ever so slightly. We'll close down the eyes. Hands can rest palms down on the thighs, or they can rest palms up. It's really just, what do you need today? Palms down is a more grounding action, and palms up is a more receptive action. So just symbolically speaking, what do you need today? A little more grounding or a little more receptivity? Up to you. All right, we'll just close down the eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose. We'll take an open mouth exhale. Take another deep breath, filling the belly. Open mouth exhale. One more deep, full breath. Pause at the top and sip a little more air in. Open mouth exhale. Seal your lips. And just begin to breathe naturally without managing the breath. Just notice. Notice where you feel the breath most prominently. Maybe that's at the tip of the nose. Maybe you feel it in your chest and shoulders. Maybe you feel it in the expansion of the belly. And so we're tuning our awareness into the breath to shift our focus out of the chatter of the mind and into the sensations of the body. And so the yoga practice very much is a moving meditation that calls us to come back to this present moment, to feel what we feel, to notice what we notice, to use the breath to calm and quiet the mind, and bring yourself back to this sort of unfiltered state, right? So we have a lot of layers as human beings with a lot of conditioning and memories and bias and just life experience all wrapped up into what makes us us. And in yogic theory, we call these layers the koshas. And there's a layer that represents the body, there's a layer that represents the breath, a layer that represents the mind, and a layer that represents the intuitive mind, right? So there's the emotion mind versus the wise mind. And then there's a layer of bliss, this layer of coming into a flow state where you're just at one with what you're experiencing. And then beneath all these layers is the true self, right? The unconditioned self, the self free of our life experiences and memories, just that essential core being. And the layers can sort of cloud this. And so we can use the yogic practice to come back to the breath and body, to kind of break through these layers of conditioning and quiet down the mind and come back to just pure movement and experience in the present moment. So with that, I invite you to bring your awareness back to your breath. Bring your awareness to the expansion and contraction of the belly and the ribs. Slow it all down. And give yourself permission to be here in your practice today. To come back to yourself. To put all the thoughts and layers on the shelf, right? Just come back to the breath. Give yourself an opportunity to just be here. No matter what's going on outside of this experience, all of that can wait. Just dedicate this time to yourself. And so I'll offer a mantra that can also help ground us in this moment. And today it's simply, I am. Inhaling I, exhaling am. And maybe another thought came to mind there. You know, what am I today? Am I here? Am I patient? Am I whole? Whatever word rises for you, that can be attached to your mantra. So I am present. I am open. And come back to that mantra throughout practice if your mind wanders. So we'll take 2 or 3 more deep breaths, just really, really dropping in. So I'll unite the breath once more, inhaling, filling up. Open mouth, exhale. Seal your lips. tuck your chin into your chest and blink your eyes open. We'll draw our gaze back to center, and we'll bring our hands to heart center. And we'll rub our palms together to create a little friction. And we'll draw our hands over the tops of our hands, breathing deeply as you're moving. And then we'll rub our forearms, giving ourselves a little self-massage. Roll over the elbows, on the backs of the triceps. Rub your biceps and your shoulders. Go across your collarbones and down your side body. Rub your belly, make circles, and if you like, maybe close down the eyes here and really tune in to what you're feeling. And rub the small of your back. And bring your hands to the back of your neck and the front of your throat. Your jaw, a little massage. Pressing your finger pads into the muscles. And tap the tops of your forehead, across your eyebrows. Give your cheeks a little rub. Open and close your jaw a couple of times. Don't worry about what it looks like. And then we'll bring our hands back down our lower back. Across the hips and on top of the quads. Roll over the knees. Give yourself a little calf massage, maybe pressing the thumbs into the calves. Come back to your breath, inhaling deeply. And we'll come to the arches of the feet. We'll rub the heels, the balls of the feet, and squeeze each toe. And then we'll release our hands down by our sides. Inhale, arms go overhead, gaze reaches overhead. Exhale, interlace your fingers, tuck your tail, tuck your chin, and press your hands forward. Inhale, reach the arms up, rise. Exhale, press your hands away. One more, lifting the arms. And one more, tucking the chin, tucking the tail, rounding the spine, pressing the palms away. Release your hands down by your sides. Give everything a little shake. And then we'll place our right hand onto the floor beside us. And you can bring a little bend to the elbow if you like, or you can keep the arms straight. We're going to gaze to the left and inhale our left arm high. Exhale, gaze down at your right hand and then slowly draw your left hand down. So you're making a big half circle. Inhale, gaze up, reach that left arm high, push your hips over to the left. Exhale, gaze comes down, hand comes down. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, gaze comes down, hand comes down. Inhale, reach and rise, gaze goes up. Exhale, hand comes down, gaze goes down. Inhale, draw yourself back to center. We'll place our left hand on the mat. gaze at the ceiling. Inhale, reach the right arm high. Press the hips over to the right. Exhale, lower the arm, lower the gaze. Inhale, expand, gaze comes up. Draw that left shoulder back, don't let it tip forward. Exhale, gaze comes down, hand goes down. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, sweep that hand down, gaze comes down. Inhale, reach, press those hips. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, last reach and rise. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, come back to center. Hands can rest on the hips or the thighs. We're going to take some neck circles. So draw the shoulders back and then tip your chin toward your chest. Gaze comes right with an inhale. Exhale, trace your collarbone and gaze over to the left. Inhale, gaze comes up and over, all the way to the right. Trace the collarbone with an exhale. Inhale, lift the gaze, circle the neck. Inhale, circle. Exhale, trace the collarbone. Inhale. Exhale, keep your chin at center once you reach center. And we're going to take it the opposite way. Inhale, gaze to the right, lift, circle toward the ceiling. Exhale, trace the collarbone. Inhale, chin rises. Exhale, chin traces. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Exhale, chin comes to center. Keep your chin there, and then reach your hands up and over. Interlace your hands at the base of your skull, the nape of the neck. Draw your shoulders down toward the mat, and without pulling, just allowing a little bit of gravity and the weight of your hands to traction your neck. So you're not aggressively pulling, you're just giving a little assistance to offer a stretch to the back of the neck. Inhale fully here. Open mouth, exhale. Seal your lips. Release your hands down by your sides. Lift your gaze. We're going to drop our right ear toward our right shoulder. Draw the left shoulder back. And then take your right hand and rest it gently on the left side of your head. Again, not pulling, just allowing a little assistance to gravity to feel a stretch across the left side neck. Inhale here. Exhale here. Release your hand, bring your gaze back to center. We're going to exhale and tip the left ear toward the left shoulder. Draw the right shoulder back. Lift that left arm and place the palm on the top of the right side of your head. Gentle traction. Inhale into the belly. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, release your hands. We're going to take some hip circles. So we'll place our hands on our hip bones, right? That little bony protrusion right at the crest of the pelvis. And we're going to start by drawing the shoulders back and lifting the heart forward. And then let's exhale, tuck our chin, tuck our tail, round the spine. And then we'll move the hips over to the right and start to create our circles. So we open the heart and then we tuck. Coming to the front, inhale, open the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin and tuck the tail. Let's actually take our hands to the knees here. This will give us a nice little added support for these hip circles. Inhaling, expanding, exhaling, contracting. Next time you come to the front, we'll take it to the opposite side, moving, evening out. Inhaling to the front, drawing the shoulders back. Exhaling, tucking and rounding. Maybe closing down the eyes and just finding your flow. Let the breath inspire the movement. Come back to that mantra, I am. Inhaling I, exhaling am. Whatever you chose to be today, whatever you feel you are today. We'll take one more revolution, and then we'll come back to center, back to stillness. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold the arms forward, roll over the knees, and come into a tabletop shape. So knees or hips width distance apart. Hands are directly under shoulders, fingers are turning slightly outwards. Press into your hands and bend your second knuckle. So you're trying to grip the floor with your hands, drawing that knuckle up, and then feel the center palm lift. This will protect the wrist joint in any weight-bearing exercises. Inhale, draw your shoulders back, drop your belly, and lift your gaze, cow pose. Exhale, press the mat away, tuck your tail, tuck your chin, round your spine, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, tuck and round, cat. Inhale, cow, draw those shoulders back. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. I. Exhale, cat. And inhale, come to a neutral spine. Draw your knees together to touch, and then sit back on your heels. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, left arm comes forward, right arm goes back. Left hand, left palm comes to right knee. And the right hand can come to its fingertips behind you, coming into a gentle seated twist. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, right arm comes forward, left arm back. Right palm plants on left knee. Draw the shoulders back, lift the gaze. Exhale, twist it out. Inhale, arms go overhead. Exhale, tabletop. Bring your knees hips width distance apart. Walk your hands 1 or 2 handprints forward. Press your hands firmly into the mat, grounding through that middle knuckle and the outer edges of the palm. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, lift your knees off your mat. Exhale, straighten your legs, and then send your heart through your arms. Take your feet a little wider than hips width distance here and bend your knees. See if that creates a little more space for you to drop your heart a little bit further between your arms. Press the mat away. Begin to pedal out your dog, maybe bending one knee and then the other. Rolling the hips side to side, finding some organic movement, just waking up your dog. Find your breath, creating this breath meditation through the entire body, moving meditation to clear out the clutter and to come back to yourself. I am here. I am moving. I am breathing. We'll come to stillness. Take a deep breath in. Really press the backs of your legs toward the space behind you. So fire up those legs. Inhale, gaze at your hands. Exhale, roll to the tops of the feet and then take small steps all the way to the top of your mat until your toes kiss your wrist creases. And then bend your knees deeply here. And as you bend, bring the weight into the fronts of the feet, right into the toes. And then lift your hips up just a little higher toward the ceiling. And then let your head and neck go. Surrender to gravity. Nod your head yes. And feel a little weight of your skull just letting go. And then shake your head no. And then we'll take opposite elbows in each hand. Hollow out your belly. And then begin to sway your weight side to side. Maybe playing with straightening one leg with the other leg bent. Alternating side to side. Maybe feeling a little serpent-like action in the torso and in the spine. Really tap into what you need right now. What would be nourishing to you? Breathe deep and feel. We'll take opposite elbows. We'll take a couple more sways side to side. Really let that head and neck go. Really release that tension in the cervical spine. We carry so much weight in our head and neck and shoulders. Just want to let it free. And then we'll come to center, come to stillness. Toe heel your feet, hips width distance apart, or about 2 fist distance between one another. We're going to bring our right fist in between our feet. We're going to bend our right knee. As we bend our right knee, draw your shoulders back, lift your left arm high, and then square off your hips. So draw your left hip forward, your right hip back. Gaze comes toward your left hand, and then roll out your wrist one direction. And then bring your gaze down to your right fist and roll your left wrist the other way. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, unwind the twist, unbend that right knee, and place the left fist in between your feet. Bend your left knee. Inhale, right arm goes high. Square off the hips, roll out the wrist. Gaze down at your left fist. Take your wrist circles in the opposite direction. Inhale. Exhale, straighten both legs. Bring the right arm down. We'll inhale, lift our torso parallel with the mat. Fingertips come to the shins. Draw the shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the shoulders back. press the backs of the legs toward the space behind you and send the crown of your head forward. So you're finding length through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Listen for the change. Bend your knees, press into your feet. Draw your belly button up and in as you slowly roll up to stand. Let your arms dangle. Stack one vertebra on top of the next till you're all the way standing. Inhale your shoulders up to your ears and draw them down your back. Inhale, arms go overhead, palms meet. Exhale, bend the elbows, hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Close down the eyes, spread your fingers wide and press your thumbs into your sternum. Tuck your tail ever so slightly, draw your belly button in, tuck your chin, inhaling I, exhaling am. One more deep breath in. One more full breath out. Blink your eyes open. Draw your hands down by your sides, palm face out. Bend your knees ever so slightly here. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, gaze comes to the fingertips. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, circle sweep the arms, reach overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. One more, inhale, circle sweep, reach overhead. Exhale, fold forward with a flat back, reach your fingertips long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands on your mat, bend that second knuckle, and then step your right leg back, planting the toes, followed by the left. Coming into a plank pose. So let's refine our planks. Tuck the tail and draw the belly button up. So tailbone comes down, belly button draws up, draw the shoulders back, and press the mat away. So you're finding a slight rounding in the upper back. Inhale here. Exhale here. Fire up the legs, draw the quads up, squeeze the glutes ever so slightly. One more deep breath in. One more full breath out. Bend your knees, place them on the mat. Keep your hips high here as you bend your elbows in by your sides and lower your chin all the way to the mat. Hips stay high. Inhale, straighten out the legs, come all the way to the belly. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Draw the palms back. Inhale, lift the heart. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, press into the hands, come up a little bit higher, elbows stay bent. Exhale, lower it down. One more, inhale, press the heart up, draw the shoulders back, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Stay grounded and extend your right arm long out to the side, out to a T. Press your left hand into the mat right along your side ribs and draw that elbow up toward the ceiling. Bend your left knee so the top of the foot flexes and faces up toward the ceiling. We're going to press into our left hand and open up the hip so the left hip comes on top of the right hip. And we'll reach this leg around behind us. bottom of the foot can rest on the floor, or if that's not accessible, you can simply bend the knee. Pause here, coming into a grounded twist. I like to call this one extended wing pose. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. One more deep breath in. One more full breath out. Inhale, unwind the twist. Lower the hips back down to the mat. We'll straighten out the left arm out to a T, and we'll bend the right elbow, placing that right hand right along our side ribs. Bend the right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Tip the right hip on top of the left. Roll onto that left arm and place that right sole of foot on the mat, or bend that knee and let it just drop on top of the right or top of the left. Inhale here. Exhale here. One more deep breath in. And one more full breath out. Inhale, come back to center, unwind your twist. Draw your hands along your side ribs. Draw the shoulder blades together. Press into the hands. Tuck your toes under. Press yourself up through tabletop. We'll stay in our tabletop. And we'll press into our left hand. Inhale, the right arm goes long out in front of us. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Flex the foot. Squeeze that left glute. Draw the shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, draw elbow to knee, crunching everything in, having a slight round to the spine. Inhale, extend. Kick that left foot back behind you, driving with the heel. Exhale, knee to elbow, curl and round, tucking the chin, squeezing the belly. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tabletop shape. Inhale, left arm goes forward, reach. Exhale, right leg goes back, toes flex, heel drives. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl and round. Inhale, extend, press the mat away, don't drop in the shoulder. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend, squeeze that right glute. Draw the belly button up and in. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, last one, extend. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, tabletop shape. Exhale, draw the big toes together to touch and take your knees a little wider than hips width distance. If this is uncomfortable, you can bring your knees together. Lots of options. And then we'll sink our glutes toward our heels as we reach our arms out in front of us and let our foreheads rest on the mat. Extended child's pose. Inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Seal your lips and walk your hands over to the right, feeling a side body stretch in the left side body. Take your left wrist in your right hand and send your hips back. Left hip might drop over to the left a little bit, and then widen that right glute. So engage that glute and then draw that left arm up and over. Inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Seal your lips. Release your hand. Inhale, walk the hands back to center. Exhale, take them over to the left. Right wrist comes into left hand. Send your right glute back and widen your left glute. So expand in the right side body as you bump the hips off over to the right. Inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Seal your lips, deep breath in. And full breath out. Release that hand. Walk your hands back to center. Inhale, rise up, tabletop. Walk your hands, one hand print forward. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze at your hands. Exhale, walk your feet up to center. Toes kiss the wrist creases. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Rise up with a flat back. Arms go overhead. Utthita Tadasana. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands at heart center. Bend your knees ever so slightly. Inhale, circle sweep the arms, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle sweep the arms. Listen for the change. Straighten the knees. Exhale, forward fold with a flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back, followed by your left. Tabletop shape. We'll tuck our toes under, lift our hips high, come to a downward dog. Bring your big toes together to touch and inhale, reach your right leg high behind you. Exhale, gaze in between your hands, bend your right knee, and then place that right foot in between the hands for a lunge, low lunge shape. Draw your shoulders back, ground your left knee. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, draw the hips back, tuck that tail, draw that belly button up and in. Hands go high, inhale. Exhale, send your hips back as you straighten your front leg and plant your hands around that front foot. Toes flex toward you. And then check in with your alignment. Make sure your left hip is directly over the knee. Maybe slide that right foot front if needed. Plant the top of the left foot. Draw your right femur back. So draw that leg into the hip socket as you draw that left hip forward, squaring off the hips. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the gaze ever so slightly. Exhale, bend the elbows and bow forward. Nose comes in the direction of the knee. Right leg is engaged. You're drawing that right leg back. That foot is flexed. Inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. One more deep breath in. And with an exhale, press into your hands, bend into your right knee. We're going to bring our right hand to the inside of our right knee, coming into a lizard lunge or a runner's lunge variation. Toe heel your foot out to the side ever so slightly, up and out an inch or two. And then bend into the elbows and then bow your head forward, maybe releasing your head and neck here. Inhale and exhale. One more deep breath in. And with an exhale, press into your hands. we're going to sweep that right arm around that right foot. We'll tuck our left toes under, and then we'll lift that left knee off of the mat. Bring your weight into your hands and plant them around that front foot, and then we'll bend that right knee, and then we'll lift our hips high and send that foot down, coming into a down dog shape. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, left toe meets the right big toe. Reach that left leg back behind you. Exhale, bend that left knee, and then plant that foot in between the hands. Ground your right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Tuck your tail, draw your belly button up and in. Pause here, planting the top of that right foot. Inhale. Exhale, begin to bow forward as you straighten your front leg, flexing the toes toward the face. Check in with your alignment, right hip directly over right knee. Draw your left femur head back into the hip socket. Right hip comes forward. Inhale, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Coming back to your mantra. Inhaling I. Exhaling am. Take one more deep breath in. And with an exhale, fire up the belly and rise up onto your fingertips. Bend your left knee. And then we'll bring the left arm to the inside of the left knee. Toe heeling the foot out to the side and up about an inch or two. So we're not coming into the full deep variation of this pose. We're just coming into a mild variation of this lizard lunge. We'll bend our elbows here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Beautiful. One more deep breath. And take an open mouth exhale. Feel your lips. Rise up onto your fingertips and bring your hand around the outside of that left knee. Toe heel your foot back in line with your hip. Tuck your right toes under. Rise up onto the hands. Ground into your palms. And then draw that left knee to nose. And then send your hips high. Place that foot on the mat for down dog. Inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, gaze at your hands and travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, flat back, reach high overhead. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, circle sweep your arms overhead. Listen for the change. Twist to the right. Left arm goes out long. Right arm back behind you. Inhale here. Exhale, twist it out. Inhale, hands come overhead. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, arms go overhead. Exhale, forward fold, flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Press into your hands and then bend your right knee to nose And then send that right leg back behind you, planting the foot, and then drop that right knee to the mat. Take hold of your strap, make sure that's close by. Place it on the outside of your right leg. We're gonna go ahead and then come back into our half splits variation. So we'll inhale, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, straighten that left leg, toes flex toward the face. Inhale here, draw the shoulders back, lift the gaze. Exhale, bend into that front knee. We're gonna go ahead and take our strap. And for some of you, you might not need it, but what we're gonna do is bend into this right knee, and we'll take our strap in our left hand. We'll reach this left arm around and then reach for the outside edge of this right foot. If you cannot reach this right foot, that is where your strap is going to come in handy. So you'll loop it around the top of that foot, and then you'll use this strap to gently draw that leg in toward you. So you can come to the fingertips of the right hand to create this action. And then as you draw that leg toward you, press your foot into the strap as well. So there's this opposing action. You really feel your quad fire up here. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath in. One more full breath out. We'll release that foot down. We'll bring that left arm around to frame that left foot. Tuck your right toes under, lift that right knee. And then we're gonna shift forward, lift that right leg, and then place it down next to the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift, enough so that you can bend this left knee and then send it back behind you, coming into your low lunge. Ground this left knee, flip the top of the foot down. Inhale, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits on the right. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the gaze. Exhale, bend into this right knee. Take your strap in your right hand, reach the right arm overhead, twist to the right, bend into your left knee, and then take your strap or your towel, whatever, around the back of that foot, and then draw that heel in close as you press that foot into your strap. Finding this opposing action. Inhale, open the heart, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, twist it out a little deeper as you kick into that strap. A couple more deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. One more deep breath. And with an exhale, release that left foot, circle sweep that right arm around, tuck the left toes under, press into your hands, shift your weight forward, launch off of that right leg, and then press that left foot down alongside the right. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your right leg back, followed by your left. Hips go high, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a full breath out. Bend your knees, tabletop shape. From our tabletop, we're going to go ahead and take a quarter turn on our mat. So we'll turn to the long edge of the mat. The left knee is going to stay like it is in your basic tabletop, and your right leg is going to kick out to the side, toes facing forward. We'll inhale, rise up, reach the arms out long to a T, and then we'll reach for that extended leg. Left arm goes high. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Plant this left hand and lift this left leg. Exhale, plant the foot, rise up to center. Inhale, reach the arm long, side body stretch. Exhale, plant that left hand, lift that right leg. Exhale, plant that right foot, rise up to a T. Inhale, reach. One last time on this side. Exhale, plant that left hand, lift that right leg, reach that arm high. Plant that foot, rise up. Inhale, reach. Gate pose. Exhale, we'll circle sweep the arms down. And then we'll switch it off. So we'll ground our right knee. And then we'll reach our left leg out long to the side, toes point forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, plant that right hand, lift that left leg, reach. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, side body stretch. Exhale, plant that hand, lift that leg, reach. Side plank variation. Inhale, center, and reach that right arm overhead. Exhale, plant, lift, and reach. Bring it back to center. Inhale, reach overhead, gate pose. Exhale, bring it back to center. Plant the hands down. We'll come back into our tabletop shape. And we're going to move into something called Shoelace Pose. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So from your tabletop, you're going to cross your right knee and chamber it inside the left. From there, you're going to scooch your feet forward. We're going to walk up onto our hands and then sit our hips down, making sure both sits bones are on the mat. This is an intense hip opener shape. I'm going to come around so I can face you guys. We're going to inhale, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, maybe this is where you stay. Let your chin tuck and just rest here. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can walk your hands forward and then round, letting your torso rest on your top thigh. We'll close down the eyes and we'll come back to a deep breath. Coming back to the self, right? Breaking through the layers. Breaking through the layers of the mind and coming back to the body using the breath. And so see if you can't sit with whatever comes up for you. This pose can be intense. But the beautiful thing about yoga is it teaches us to sit with discomfort. Instead of rushing away from it, we learn to sit with patience with whatever arises, not trying to change it, add anything to it, or take anything away, but simply sit with what is. We'll take a couple more deep breaths in. One more deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Rise back up to a seat. And then roll yourself over those knees. And then we'll unwind this shoelace shape. And then we'll take it on the opposite side. Left knee chambers behind right. And then we'll walk our hands back, come down to the sits bones. Inhale, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward, whatever variation you took On the other side, maybe you take that same variation, or maybe you notice that this side needs a little something different. Honor what is. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. One more deep breath in and one more full breath out, softening and surrendering to the shape, sitting with whatever is present for you. Inhaling I, exhaling am. We'll rise back up to a seat and then roll over the knees, and then we'll unhook the knees, coming into our tabletop shape. And then scooching our legs off to the side, coming down to the sits bones. So it is 10:01. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with time management. I have to work really hard to tighten that up. If you can stay for a few more poses, that would be wonderful. If you have to go, I completely understand. But if you can stay, we're going to move into a couple of twists, and then we're going to ground down and settle into our Shavasana. So we'll go ahead and we'll draw our shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, curl and round, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, lay onto your back. We'll straighten the legs out long, and we'll inhale the right knee into the chest, flexing the toes toward the face. We'll hold on to this right shin, and then we'll open the knee over to the right. So we'll just let the knee drop down toward the earth, giving ourselves a little internal inner leg line opening, a little hip opener here. And then let the foot soften. See if you can just soften the leg into the hand. Inhale. Exhale. We'll inhale, draw that knee back to center, draw it in close with both hands. And then we'll hold on to the right shin with the left palm. And then we'll plant our right arm down by our right side. Press into that hand and scooch the hips up and over to the right about an inch. From here, draw that right knee across the body and over down toward the floor on the right side. If this is hard on your lower back or hard on the hips, you can bend both knees together to give your right knee something to rest on. From here, we'll extend our right arm out to the side, ground both shoulders down, and then gaze over to the right, coming into a supine twist, your variation. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And begin to imagine your mind is a snow globe, right? So all of the thoughts are swirling around in the snowy material. We begin to let that snow settle to the bottom. Scan your body and notice if you're holding tension anywhere, and see if you can just let it soften a little bit more. What are you holding on to that you can let go of? We'll inhale, begin to unwind the twist. Gaze comes back to center. Draw that right knee in and roll yourself back to a neutral lying shape. Extend that left leg out long by the right. Press your hands into the mat and lift your hips up and down a couple times just to even everything out. And we'll draw that left knee into the chest. Left hand on top of left shin. Right hand grounds to the side. And then let your right hip open up. Left knee drops over to the left. Soften that left foot. Inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, draw that left knee back in close. Right hand on top of left shin. Left hand plants. Lift your hips up and over to the left a couple of inches. And then draw that left knee across the body, choosing your variation, either knees together or right leg straight and long down the mat. Square off your shoulders and take your gaze over to the left. Inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Close down the eyes and once again scan your body for tension. Maybe notice if and what on this side is different versus the opposite side. Simply becoming the observer of what is. And then softening all tension with every exhale. Let something go a little bit softer. Breathe deep. Coming back to that image of that snow globe. Letting the mind settle and soften. Take one more deep breath in. And with an exhale, we'll begin to unwind the twist, drawing that left knee back in one last time. And then draw that right knee into the chest as well. Option to take a happy baby pose before we settle ourselves down into our final resting shape. For a happy baby, take your knees wider than hips with distance, and then bend your knees so much that your feet come up toward the ceiling. And you can take your hands on your hamstrings, your calves, ankles, or maybe the outside or inside of the feet, or maybe piece fingers around big toes. And then just begin to find some natural rocks side to side. Happy baby. And then we'll draw the knees into the chest. Forehead comes up to the knees. Squeeze everything in tight. Take the deepest breath of class so far. Exhale, let everything go. Ground down onto your mat. Take the hands, the arms wide, the feet wide. Close down the eyes. Final resting pose, Shavasana. Let your tongue settle to the bottom of your mouth. Let everything relax. Let go of any need to manage or control the breath. But simply begin to observe it. And take this time for a simple observation meditation. You can bring your left hand to heart and right hand to belly if that's grounding. And simply notice what you feel. Notice your breath. If you notice your mind wandering, that's okay. That's what the mind does. See if you can't simply observe where it wanders to without following its path. So as your mind moves, stay steady in your breath. Keep your awareness fixated on the breath, and then notice whatever arises around it. guide you out of Shavasana. Just a few moments. See if you can't surrender to this time. If you like that mantra, you can draw that into your Shavasana practice right now. Breathing in I, breathing out am. And to deepen your breath. Breathing fully into the belly. Very slowly begin to invite small movements to your fingers and your toes. Wiggling them gently, just slowly re-enlivening the body. Maybe roll your head side to side. And with your next inhale, find a full body stretch. And with an exhale, roll off onto one side, making a pillow out of the bicep of your bottom arm. And pausing in the natal position just for a moment. Remembering that beneath all the layers of our being, there's this deep place of wisdom and connectedness that unites us all. When we use practices like yoga, we can quiet the mind to come back to whatever might be bubbling under the surface. When we listen into the body, listen into what lays beneath, who knows what sorts of things we can discover about ourselves and our lives. You can use the breath to come back to this anytime you need. So with your eyes remaining closed, slowly begin to bring yourself up to a seat. Just like we did in the beginning of class, tall line of energy coming from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Chin is tucked slightly, Hands come to heart center. I want to thank you all so much for coming and sharing your practice with me today. It's such an honor to be able to share this. And in these crazy times where we're all so separated, it's so wonderful to be able to connect in this way. So despite our being separate, we really are all still so connected. So I have deep, deep gratitude for all of you. We'll press our thumbs into our sternum, remembering to hold thoughts of loving kindness in our hearts. And then we'll bring our thumbs to our lips, remembering to speak words of loving kindness. And then we'll bring our thumbs to third eye center, seat of intuition, remembering to think thoughts that are loving and kind, not only toward others, but toward ourselves, loving ourselves first and then sharing that. I want to thank you all again. The student, teacher, and light within me, witnesses and honors the student, teacher, and light within all of you. Together we bow. Namaste.
Namaste.